Hello again. I am going to be continuing my playthrough of Nioh 2. I have, since the last video ended, there's a couple things I want to do, and I just went ahead and equipped some of my new equipment that I just got. And I think I was rocking this one right here. I got this one to drop in the last playthrough, so I went ahead and equipped that. And I went ahead and equipped some armor that I had got dropped. I could technically bump it up, but I'd like to stay with that in A agility for now. I'm not opposed to going B agility. I just it's 2 points of defense for not really worth it. And then I mean, this is quite a bit, but I don't know. I don't feel like I need it. One thing I will do is, since I just equipped my new weapon, there's something I want to show you if I have it. You can soul match equipment, so you could take this and turn it to level 31. It would cost quite a bit of gold, 84,000. But the reason I'm using corruption weapons is because you can actually soul match soul cores to them. And I'm not ready to give up that Mizuki because that's pretty good Mizuki. But you know what? Whatever. I'll do it. Yeah, it gives me 20 points, 20 some points. Yeah, and now I have a little bit stronger equipment. Here you can go in and learn about any of the systems in the blacksmith stuff. And since we did the quest a favor for the blacksmith, I can actually equip or craft some more stuff. The blacksmith expands when you hand over the item you got, and yeah, these are really strong. And yeah, all these new weapons I can craft, and you get more if you get rare drops. There's always a lot more helmets than anything else, and that's just because helmets are kind of unique in that regard. Yeah, like all the armor has a set. There's always like a set, except helmets. Helmets have some extra options. Late game, you can get some pretty decent ones. I did the Twilight mission, so I guess I could show you that before we start as well. What that does is it allows you to use a quality armor sight to change something. So Ember sight you can get. I guess I'll do that real quick. Disassemble. And then you go to Forge, Tools, Ember sight. And now I could possibly change some stuff. Maybe I can get something decent. You know what? Break is good enough for me for now. Don't really need a whole lot. And eventually I'd like to get a Kuroka spear. I prefer Kuroka over the bone pile because this damage bonus enemies defeated. It's kind of annoying. Every time you pray at a shrine, it resets and it takes away a damage roll. Yeah, so let's begin. I'll be skipping, so yeah. The story is actually pretty decent if you pay attention to it, but you talk to him 3 times. I think he gives you an emote. Pretty sure this is that level. And then pray to shrine, get your Ambrita. Gives you just a little bit. And then Toshi is going to block the way. You can't just run past him. You can't iframe past him. But basically what you gotta do is you gotta do... He gives you a weapon, or not a weapon, an emote that says basically move out of the way. Where's it at? Yeah, it's this. You can use that. Or you could just use, like, I think 2 red emotes, and eventually he'll move out of the way regardless. But that is the correct emote to use on that. Those bats will just kind of hit you. They don't really do a whole lot of damage, but if you're out of key, they can knock you off the edge. I've had it happen when I first started. I don't know if I've explained that, but Gaggies will eat their other Gaggy friends, and they'll turn into a big Gaggy, or they'll eat you and turn into a big Gaggy. They don't discriminate. This, we'll skip that for now. We'll come back to it later. Team Ninja likes to loop their levels quite a bit, so. I don't know why I didn't first counter. It's weird. That's another good thing about Feral, is you can use it as an iframe, especially when you're out of key. So keep that in mind. There will be a Kadama back here. Right. Sneak attack's really nice. The T clan I'm in gives defense, or it takes it to 0 when you grapple, and in earlier difficulties until you get to Nioh difficulty, the buff lasts just a little bit. So getting that strong attack in after a grapple is kind of nice early on. Sadama back here. Drop a stone for him. So unless you want to get surprised, just... Oh, okay. I'll just do that. And my weapon just became corrupted. Put a purity talisman on, get rid of that corruption, or awakened rather. Little kitty cat right here. Just got an achievement for breaking things. Full way armor. I prefer to actually do that one once I've done the bridge. You don't have to do both of them. You can just do one. If you're gonna skip one of them, I think this one's the easier one. Especially if you have these, because this will let you skip a lot of stuff throwing things at you, or bombs or all that stuff. So what I do is I just sneak my way to the top. I'll come back and fight everything, but it's easier if you just sneak your way to the top. Take out all the annoying things like this Skaki right here, and then keep hidden so nothing sees you. Alrighty. And now pop that. Animation cancel. It's not that hard. Suggest practicing it at the dojo. It will help. Feathers are really strong early game, but they do a lot of key damage, which is what I use them for. But I'm not gonna not use them because spear lacks a lot of key damage, and I get that from feathers. So. Then once you pretty much clear out an area, you want to make sure you didn't forget anything. Early on, it's a good habit to just kind of go through everything and double check it. I'm going to put this eagle eye so I one-shot this thing instead of it surviving with a hair of health. Grab that. The shrine is literally just right up there. There it is. Probably should swap stances a little more. I've been doing a lot of stuff in high stance, just really good early on. Although, in my defense, I don't think I have a whole lot of other skills right now. Oof. I should have burst countered to iframe that. I would have probably went behind her too. So that's me goofing. I have a little bit of a shortcut here. Save a half half a second. This is another reason why the sneak thief and catwalking scrolls are nice. I'm gonna do a little trick right here. This Kappa, I prefer not to fight these things. When you hit, I don't think they're a huge threat early on, but I know when you hit the DLC, you might get a little surprised. Especially that I know there's one on a bridge in the very last section, or the very last DLC, on the very last story mission, I believe, and it's I know it got me at least. Can't do that one yet. I will start putting points in it, I guess. It's not like I'm gonna be have a lot of room right now, anyways. But I'm gonna keep using sneak thief and catwalking because the shrine's right up there. Otherwise, I gotta fight everything again. There should be a right here, Kadama. I know in later missions, I think in the underworld, there's a Kadama right there. I don't think there's anything back here. Anyways, up this ladder. And over here. Pray at this shrine. Put a couple more points into Dex. I guess one more point into Dex. It's alright. Ready Jitsu. Give it. Get another catwalking, I guess. Try to kill everything in one hit. I've memorized where kind of quite a few of these are, in case you're wondering. I don't know if you can see that, but I don't have any mods or anything on this game. I just weapons awaken. Oof. Oh, it's over there. Okay. I know in later levels there will be a Yoki that just kind of hangs from these trees and gets you by surprise. Oops. Have to take a potion on each. Pay attention to what I got. I hate the tail sweep. I never get the timing for it right. Gosh dang it. I like to kill everything at least once. Or at least for the story missions. Guess I don't really need to. I just need to get the katana down here. And there is a special NPC there, but it's not super important. I just need to really grab the Amrita and the Kudama. Alrighty. Alright, so what we're gonna do here. Remember, strong attacks downhill are somewhat OP if I can get it to land. It's a kind of a gimmick, but yeah, I mean, it works. Shoot her horn, break her key. Killing that, or shooting that boulder down, killed a couple Gakis. From here, you can get this one pretty easy. I mean, you can do it the other way too, but makes this one pretty easy. Not gonna worry about that. Wait on that for a second. Now we're just kind of collecting everything before we go down. I personally like to go the other way before coming down here because it's below me. I don't know, maybe I'll just come down here. Just a couple humans. hear that, Nurikabe? Pretty easy to miss. Luckily, there's graves to kind of... Okay, so it says neutral. So we need blue or red. So we're going to go red, blue. And while we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and increase. Okay. Remember, the helmets play a big factor in that. I'll save that cat for now. I don't want to go that way to that. There is an alternate way that will take us the same way, but I like to have cleared this way out first. I don't know, it's personal preference. It just feels... Oh, that's what I'm used to. So it should be a Gaki behind here somewhere. There it is. Get that grapple off. Get rid of this for now. I do love it. That's why breaking those horns are so important. I see a lot of people just tell you to break horns, but it doesn't really make sense too, because they don't really explain it. It's basically so that way you, when you burst counter and you bait them to burst counter, you'll go into a yokai shift grapple. Won't always happen, especially at late game, but very nice to know for when it does work, which is low levels. Okay, so it wants you to think to drop down there, but don't. Drop down here instead. See how good fail thrust is. My heart almost sank. I forgot if I dropped the ladder or not. Luckily I did, but I was worried for half a second. Alright, so what we're going to do here... And you notice when I purify it and it's not awakened, I don't lose my sentience charge on it, which is, you know, the awakenings part. So, good to know. Targets suffering from, or being purified, which is the buff that my weapon does right now with the purify, gives 50% extra key damage. Corrupted weapons do 30% extra key damage, and you steal a little bit of their key. I haven't really noticed a significant amount of key theft going on, but it does shoot shockwaves out on strong attacks, and that is what I like, because it's about 30% extra more damage. Don't use twirls, it's pretty bad. Don't use any of these. Like I said, I think I pretty much have it maxed what I need, but I will add in some flying monkey and some spear bash, because I actually do like spear bash when I use it. Don't really use rainbow ruse a whole lot, except when you get versatility. All right. That's kind of nice for early game, doesn't really matter later. I want Sanctity Talismans. Where are they at? What I will do is go ahead and equip or get that. I want to get this. I like the extra. Oh no, I'm out of purified talismans. Oh, dang it. See him. I was hoping you could hear it, but this one's actually being pretty quiet. Most of the time, those when they hang from the ceiling like that, they're pretty quiet or pretty loud, giving you like an indication. Go ahead. In the Dark Realm, they will blow up. Poof. I'll get a sneak attack off on him. And I'll use a Sacred Water instead of Shortcut. Increases your key recovery a bit. I could have burst countered that, but Pharaoh's kind of got some weird timing as far as popping into Onubi's thing, and unless I am kind of backed into a corner to do it, I try to just give it some space. You don't have to burst counter everything, especially if it might kill you if you get the timing wrong. So it's got 3 things on the side. I wish I could point. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3 right there. That's how you can tell if it's a Magina. So what I will do is I'll whistle. Then you kind of want to go behind it. If you know you can one-shot it. And that's how you do it. Luckily, I got Nioh. I can't even use it. Awesome. But I do have Lightning Stop, and I might end up equipping that. Divination's pretty strong early on because I might actually use that. I gotta get some points into it. There you go. That's enough points into it. Divination will give you all the maps, everything on the map, and I like to have 2 of them. Makes it pretty easy to make sure you don't get ambushed by a whole lot. How do I... I need 1 more. Okay. I do want that. Give it on Spear Shove. Makes it for pretty nice. Yeah. Pretty nice a block punish, because this makes it cost 20% less. I don't really use it for the damage. I use it for the break damage, and which just means key damage when a target is blocking, and it does its purpose fairly well. So this does, see, already missed something. I will clear that out real quick, and then I'll come back to it. There's a Kadama down here, and yeah. So this is a safe spot. Occasionally it can still get you, because it'll shock next to you. Basically every time that elephant rolls, it means treat it as like thunder, you know. You always hear thunder before you or see thunder before you hear it, I guess. So treat it as the opposite of thunder. Treat it as lightning, and then the lightning is thunder. I don't know. You know when you hear that it's elephant, the lightning is coming. There is the Kadama. I'm still missing one. Where? I might know where it's at. It might be at the very beginning of the level. Okay. Alright, it's alright. I have divination. That'll help with it. I don't have to rely just on my memory anymore. Yeah. Oh, I did miss this. Whoops. Go ahead and sneak. No point to fight everything all over again. There's that over there. Oh, I know where it's at. It's not too far, if I correctly remember. It's down one of these little tunnels somewhere. Yeah, there it is. There we go. And now, for the final piece, we just have to collect that kitty cat, the Scampus. So what we'll do is we'll pray at the shrine one more time. I will equip the lightning the lightning stop talisman. Actually, unless I have Dejan Saki, which I do. And so this will make the fight a little more fair. Basically, when you get electrified, you get slowed. And the boss is going to use a lot of lightning attacks, which electrify you. And this puts it kind of in a even playing field. You're not going to get lightninged or electrified. Oh, wrong way. So that will help a little bit. So what we'll do here is we'll grab this. Actually, what I should have done is clear out the humans first, but it's alright. Grab that. Kill that. If you get too close, you will get rid of your, or if you shoot like a gun or a cannon too close to an enemy, it will set off your alertness. And you will have to re-stealth once you've killed them. It's not a big deal. It is not the end of the world, but it is something to know. That's why cannon is one of the, even though it has the most damage, it had, well, with the exception of Eagle Eye Talisman, this, it is one of the worst as far as stealth goes, because I need to get a grave to help me. It just alarms all of the enemies nearby. So I'll get my grave. Still have half my Scampus up for route, and I will start. And I'm gonna run in here. So if you watch the cutscene, your buffs should pause, but I'd like to skip the cutscenes. I didn't even use the sake, which I said I would. You can see how I'm a little slower now. Yeah. Ooh, that's actually a really good drop. So I guess that you just saw that. I got a hidden skill. There's certain hidden skills for each weapon. This is one of the better ones, Windswept. It's for the Switchglaive. There's 2 for Spear, Bracing Breeze, and Triple Threat. I think Triple Threat's here, around here or something. Triple Threat's good. Bracing Breeze is also good. It's a parry skill. I usually use Body Swap just because, I don't know. People like Bracing Breeze because it's flashy and it's a parry. I don't like it because it uses a lot of ki, and I don't usually use a lot of parry skills besides probably the Shrike, which is dual swords, Bolting Boar, which is the Odachi. It's very, very consistent, and there's a couple other ones. Those are the 2 most common ones, I think. There's one for Switchglaive I like. It's not particularly a parry skill. It is. Let me see it. It's, yeah, Tranquil Edge. It's pretty decent. I'm trying to think. Opportunist on the Fist is really good. It's probably the best one because there's a thing on your, you can get a weapon roll that gives you ki back when you use it, and so you can virtually never run out of ki when you use it. You can tell they really liked the idea of people using fists. And sword, obviously. Sword has the most hidden skills, or secret skills, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's got like 5. And then like all the cutscenes have using a sword and everything. Most enemies, their secondary weapon is a sword. And I mean, it's versatile. Not a big fan. So the Soul Core Guardian Spirit we just got is a really good one. This anima bonus on a timely guard is super, super strong, especially if you play the Odachi, because Bolting Boar is a timely guard, and you get 3 anima every time you use a timely guard. There's a Soul Core Aberrant Soldier that gives extra anima when you use a timely guard, and it's one of the only Soul Cores that give you an anima bonus that can stack. I think Aberrant Soldier and one of the versions of Atakamaru, being the Awakened Weapon anima bonus, are the only 2 Soul Cores that I think of that can double dip as far as the anima bonus is concerned. And yeah, and maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I'm pretty sure from memory that you can. And Timely Guard is really good. I'm going to keep Feral because I really like Feral for now. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and do some of these submissions real quick. They're pretty quick. I'll do these 2 and then I'll go into Imagama. Imagama is the one we just fought with the lightning. So if you want to farm out your Omnio, the best way, well, I guess that's kind of a change of topic. If you want to farm out your ninjutsu and Omnio, the best way is to use it. And if you put like bombs on or shurikens on or feathers, and then these lightning shot turret talisman, and just use these and keep praying at a shrine. These submissions are actually a pretty good spot to farm that out. And the reason that comes up is early on, you actually get used to farming out a couple levels of that, just so that way you can use some of the advanced stuff. Because the game, if you're proficient in it, the game is thinking you're not, and you're going to be dying a lot and praying at shrines, and you're not going to have a chance to use Omnio as much as if somebody who was dying. So, yeah. Go ahead and get these couple free treasure chests. Sometimes, by the way, sometimes these Amritas that you just find on bodies are a trap. Just like this boulder right here is a trap. There's something standing right behind it. And as I've said before, the boulders are the indication for your stealth being detected. So you get rid of that boulder. When you go by it, the Onibi will not detect you. So, good habit to get on if you see a boulder, to just shoot it from far away. Make sure if you have a piercing projectiles on your ranged weapon, you take special care not to shoot through it at the enemy, because if you shoot the enemy, they will also be alerted. Quick little chest. So basically what you want to do is you want to come, this level you started off backwards, is you want to come to the beginning of the level. Right about here. Or when you use your strong attacks, back up a little bit, gives yourself some distance. A lot better chance to actually land your hits. perfect, my weapon awakened just right now. Makes for an easy fight when it awakens. Go ahead and open this chest. That's what we're looking for. If it's not this chest, which I think I've only had it not be, I think, once, it's usually one of these chests in here. And then that's pretty much it. And you are done with the mission. Stealthing to the end of these submissions. I mean, you can fight everything. I don't have any desire to. You will get a little stronger. You'll get a little more Amrita. You'll get a little more items. Better chance to be properly geared for the next main mission. But if you play smart, these regular missions aren't too hard. And if you keep a corrupted weapon, you'll pretty much always have a soul core that is viable. So, I mean, you'll have a soul core to upgrade your next weapon. Every once in a while, you will want to go ahead and replace your corrupted weapon when you find the same, weapon, but a little stronger, because I think there is a penalty from carrying a weapon too far up in level. I believe early on, there's actually some instance of the game not wanting you to level a certain level. You don't take it more than 50 levels ahead or something. I don't know, something arbitrary like that. I've only noticed it a couple times, but it was pretty annoying. It was like 200,000 gold. I don't know. Is that the currency here? Yen? I don't fucking know. But it was like 200,000, and it didn't even go up any level. Just cost that much to upgrade, and it didn't even upgrade. So yeah, like I said, if you get like another corrupted weapon, occasionally swap it out every other region or something like that. You'd be alright. So a lot of these missions, these submissions, are just the level in reverse. Sometimes not even in reverse. And yeah. Once you've done it a few times, it's pretty much all the same. It'll stick with you. When we're in the dark realm, they do explode. And since I am at the end of this, and I do not have enough anima, I'm going to take one lantern plant fruit. Go ahead and barrier. Go ahead and purify. And ta-da. Really got me while I was taking a potion. It's alright. I like the fact that it did damage when I did burst counter. But it's funny because Feral burst counter actually has iframes into it, and you can iframe regular attacks with it. But for whatever reason, sometimes when you burst counter, some of it comes through. Maybe it's not perfectly timed, I don't know, but it can be pretty frustrating like that. It's still one of the better ones. Fatal Thrust, really good. So, the thing with these particular Yoki is At a long range, they'll burst counter like that, and at a short range, they will do multi attacks. Gosh, damn. Okay, that was a dumb way to beat him, but it's alright. I got a horn break. I don't know if you saw that. Spear shot was really good. A lot of key damage, a lot of break damage for whatever reason, and I mean, it doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is. Sometimes when you skip dialogue, it still wants to play through the whole thing. So, and again, to skip dialogue, you just press down on your left analog. And I'm using the normal controller setup. Yeah, type 8. Get some titles, key, ninjutsu power. Perfect. Alright, now we're going to do this one. It's a little harder one. There's ninjas in this one. I think. No, it's not the first instance of ninjas. I think in the one where you fight the snake, the last one had some ninjas at the very first part. But yeah. Okay, now we just want to make sure we secure these kills on these ninjas, because they can be pretty frustrating when they burst counter you and you're not ready for it. Fucker. Okay, and then there's one more. There he is. Alrighty. Oof. Didn't realize he had a gun too. Yeah, when when he does that, you want to definitely get out of the way. That is going to kill you in one hit. I don't care. If you probably have heavy armor to a max, maybe you might survive a sliver of health. But it's going to kill most people. Okay, and then there's just one little guy left. He's one of the bosses. Uh, Interestingly, okay, so I told you a bow will not. I guess I'm not an eagle eye talisman, anyways. But a bow will just knock off most helmets, unless it's like significantly stronger, and it'll just one shot them anyways. I think on bosses, bows will just do a lot of damage. It doesn't knock their helmets off. They have an interesting property to them like that. So yeah, eagle eye on one of these like mini bosses that aren't bosses, they're just like elite type humans. It does work. Do I have? No, I don't. Okay. Knock him down. Odachi tracking is weird sometimes. Or spear shove tracking is weird sometimes. Whatever. Alrighty, what do I want now? I guess I'll start. I don't believe I have any water. Water boss is coming up immediately. Otherwise, I would probably start on that. I want to get these pretty much knocked out. And I could save my Nioh, but it's not a big deal either way. What I will do is... Ooh, 59. I usually get the highest level one there. And then take one of these. Take one of these, and take one of these. Okay, you want to immediately run into there? Stupid. What is that? Oh. I've never used these powders before, but I mean, it looks like it could be strong. Especially early game, I don't know if I would actually use it. Feathers are key damage, and that is what Spear lacks. But yeah, interesting. I know I've seen builds that like center around the use of them, but I have never used them. I think I tried it once. I was like, eh. Okay, I will level up and then I will end the video. Alrighty. I will see you guys in the next one.